you must have sex with me before the end of 2020, or else I'm not going to take you with me into 2021. That crap. Let me tell you, if you decide to have sex with somebody, own it with your chest. Don't come out tomorrow and start saying he used you. Hey guys, good afternoon and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ada, and today I am back on your screen with another video. By the way, happy new year guys. 2021 is going to be an awesome year for all of us. It's going to be a year that would always remember the goodness of the Lord and remember always that God is God every single day, today, yesterday, and forever he's God. Anyway guys, so now this video is coming to you guys as a result of something that I just read on Instagram, and this is I think I'm making this video specifically for young girls, okay? And because I'm going to try to relate my experience to someone's experience and try to talk about some things and give some advice. So if you're interested in this video, let me see you guys in the next group. Alright my darlings, so I was just going through Instagram this afternoon and I saw this post of a young girl who wrote to this blogger on Instagram, and she was talking about her boyfriend. So she's 20 years old and her boyfriend gave her an ultimatum. She's a 20-year-old virgin and her boyfriend gave her an ultimatum saying that you must have sex with me before the end of 2020, or else I'm not going to take you with me into 2021. Basically, he's saying, I'm not going to be your boyfriend in 2021 if you don't have sex with me. Now, this girl, she's a virgin. She doesn't want to have sex just yet, okay? She has her reasons. We don't know what reasons those are, but the fact remains that she is not ready to have sex yet. And her boyfriend is telling her that you must have sex with me or else I'm not going to be your boyfriend in 2021. And he also said something else, that he is only in the relationship with her because he is pitying her. Hello? There's something somebody will not hear. Nothing Musa will not see for gate. 20-year-old beautiful virgin girl. A 20-year-old beautiful queen. That the only reason he's dating her is because he is pitying her. This is just... like, you need to let that sink in. Pity. Is her leg broken? Even if her leg is broken, is she half human being? Is she half human being? That you think you're telling someone that the reason you're in a relationship with them is because you are pitying them. Anyway, let me just, stray a little bit from her own story and try to relate my experience with hers, because when I read her story, it reminded me of myself, because I was in that same exact situation at one point in my life. Now let's talk about my situation, and then I can give this girl her advice, and I do hope that she comes across this video. And I do also hope that if there's another young girl that is out there and also faced with such dilemma, that they would come across my video and it's going to give them a hint of what to do, or it's going to help them in making their decision with respect to these things. Okay my darlings, so here goes my story. So I was just a year younger than this particular girl. I was just 19 when I started dating this guy. So now as a 19-year-old, I felt like I was not 19. I felt 30 at 19. I felt more mature than my age. So it was very, very difficult for me to relate with boys my age. So I didn't actually date boys my age. I wanted to date guys that were like 10, 12, 15 years older than I am. Like, I have a thing for older men. I still do, even till this moment. But I feel like when I was 19, it was even more crazy. So I wanted to date guys that were very much older than I am, because I felt like they are the only ones that truly do understand me. Because boys my age, they don't get it. They don't get they don't know where I am. I'm too far away. So I started dating this guy that I met. I'm not going to go into details of how we met. So I realized that in my quest to find an older man, most older men that I met in that period, they all wanted to, have sex with me. So I decided to put that out on the table first. Whenever I meet a guy that I think I might be dating, I tell them first that I did not want to have sex. Okay, at 19, I had this thing about being a virgin until I was married. That was how I was raised, and that was a personal decision. It was a personal decision for me. I wanted to be a virgin until I was married. Okay, so I didn't want to like just start dating anyone and that person expecting I was going to be like every other girl and have sex with them. So and because it has ruined some relationships for me, I decided that I'm going to be upfront with it once I meet a guy. So I met this guy, and I tell him, even before we started even having very serious conversations, I told him my stand with respect to sex and what I wanted to do with my own body, how I wanted to have sex at the end of the day. So I told him I wanted to be a virgin until I was married, and he didn't seem to have any problem with that. He was like, okay, that was cool. If you want to be a virgin, you can be a virgin. I didn't come here to have sex with you. I like you, and I just wanted to date you, build a very serious relationship with you, and it could end anywhere. So I was very happy. It was like he was my my Prince Charming. Okay, guys, so we started dating, and for a few months while we're dating it was okay, and also because we were not living in the same city, it was kind of a distant relationship. He was living then in Abuja, I was living in Anambra, so it was like very, very far away, and sometimes whenever he comes around, we're going to see whenever he comes around. So it was not like I could see him every day or he could see me whenever he wanted. So for a few months while we were dating, we talked on the phone, everything was just going great and wonderful. Then after a few months, whenever he comes to visit, he would try to have his way with me. And I would always resist him. I would always tell him that I told you about this before, I haven't changed my mind on that stand. I still want to be a virgin until I was married. I'm still not ready to have sex with you. Okay. So at first it was as if a man will always do what a man would do. He will always try to see if you're going to allow him, and if you don't, he's going to back off. So it was like that for some time. I became a bit paranoid because anytime he comes around, I was happy that I was going to see him, but at the same time I just didn't want to go into all this. She tries to sleep with me and I say no, we go back and forth and all of that. It was just so exhausting and stressful all the time. So whenever he tells me that he was coming around, I was just was mixed excitement for me. So, and he also noticed that whenever I come to see him, whenever he comes around, I will dress up I'll dress up like I'm about to go and fight somebody. I will wear jeans with belt in my waist, hey, you're not doing anything. So he noticed that I dress up whenever I come to see him. I'm guarded. I wear so many things. Why do you wear so many things when you come to see me? I'm like, no, that's what I want to wear today. But he knows he knows I was only trying to keep him away from my body. So this was happening for some time, and then I feel like at some point he felt like he has gotten me to fall in love with him, and that at this point he can get me to do anything. I think that was what happened, because at first it was subtle. His advances were subtle, and then after some time it became more aggressive, kind of there will be some tantrums, that he's going to throw some tantrums, say some things to me that that will make me almost want to change my mind. Not that he's trying to convince me, but say some negative things to me with respect to my decision, make me feel like my decision is a useless decision, trying to stay a virgin until I was married. Trying to use reverse psychology on me, something like that. So I would still always resist and say no, and then everything until goes. One day, this time around, I'm now 20 years old. Okay, I started dating him when I was 19, and then I was 20. Now I think I was going to 20. I was 19 plus. I was going to 20 the next year. So he comes around again, and he calls me to visit, and I go the way I used to go, all dressed up, ready to go see my boyfriend. So when I met him that day, it was like he was ready. He just wanted to have his way with me. And he tried. This time I realized he was really, really persistent. He was not even backing down, no matter what I say, no matter what I do. He was out here to have me. So, I just got so, I think at the point I just got really frustrated, and I got really angry at him. I was like, I told you this. before we started, I cannot do this. You know, it was something like, we'll say, I got very angry at him for trying to, like, you know, push me into it. And then he got angry too. And then he started telling me something like, he said that day he made me feel really worthless for trying to be a virgin. He said, what do I even think myself? I don't remember his exact word, but they were something in the line of, what do I even think myself to be? Do I think I have more value than every other woman out there simply because I'm a virgin? What do I think I'm going to gain by keeping myself a virgin until I was married? Do I think any guy out there is looking to get married to a virgin, that he in particular is not trying to get married to a virgin? That, you know, he's going to say some things in the line of, he's going to test the car and make sure the car works well before he's going to get married to it, blah 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 blah. He said so many things. God, my heart was broken. I could not believe this guy was speaking to me like that. I was so heartbroken there. At that point, something in me was telling me, why don't you just allow this guy have his way so that you guys can continue your relationship? You love this guy, you love the relationship. Are you going to try to lose this guy simply because of this thing? And another thing inside of me was just telling me, girl, get up, take your things and leave. Girl, get up, take your things and leave. The other thing was telling me, just, what is there? Just do it. Just do it. Are you going to lose your relationship? Are you going to, you know, continue to fight with your boyfriend over this thing? Just do it, you know. I don't know what happened, but I think it was my coconut head, because I have coconut head. My coconut head said, girl, you can't. Carry your bag and let's go. So I listened to my coconut head, carried my bag, and I walked out of there. I got home, I was crying. Like at night in my room, I was praying, I was crying, I was literally asking God question. Am I wrong to have made this decision that I made? Is it even worth it to have made this decision? You know, I was asking something, but something deep inside of me knew I was doing the right thing. At least at that moment, something deep inside of me knew I was not ready to have sex. Okay? Something deep inside of me knew I made the right choice, not doing it then. So, but it was really, I really hurt. Like, my heart was broken. Like, my heart was shut. Everything he told me, like, it felt like someone put a dagger through my heart. Like, my heart was really, I did not expect that from him. And you know, I was young, I was naive. This guy was like 33 or 34 years old as at then. This guy was way older than I am. So like, he has more experience. I know nothing. I literally know nothing. So, you know, it really hurts for a number of days, but I told myself that this relationship was not for me and it was not good for me. Like, I don't know where I got that courage from, but I broke up with him. I stopped dating him. I stopped seeing him because I knew that it was of no use, because deep inside of me, I still know that I am not ready to have sex with him. I know that I was just not ready. It's not even a matter of morality at this point. I was not ready as a person to have sex, and definitely not with him. Okay, so I had to break up with him. It was really hard for me. I cried so many nights, you know, wishing that maybe some miracle can happen and he would change his mind. He would become someone else and not want to have sex with me and just want to wait for me. But I know that was not going to happen. So I had to break up with him. And do I regret that decision? No. Hell to the no, I don't. Like, me now, looking back at my 20-year-old self, at my 19-year-old self, it really hurt then. Like, I did not understand it then. It was so painful then. But looking back now at my 19-year-old self, like, I'll shake myself for making that decision, for not giving into that asshole. Because for me, I've dated a few guys, but for me, he was my worst relationship. And I think it was because of that final incident that he was my worst relationship. Looking back then, I'm proud of myself. I'm happy that I did not give in to him. You know, I would have hated myself now if I remember that this guy pressured me into having sex with him. I would hate myself. I would hate him even more for doing that. But I'm happy today. When I look back, I have no regrets, actually. I have no fucking regrets with respect to this. So what decision. I'm going to tell you, my 20-year-old girl, young girl, is that even if you have sex with this guy, it is not a guarantee that this guy is going to stay with you. The guy can get sex anywhere. Sex is nothing. It's people sell it. You can get it anywhere. But this is a matter of your own self dignity or your own decision. It's your body, it's your decision to make who you have sex with and when you decide to have sex with, especially if it is your first time. Don't allow any fucking human being that has 3 legs to come and be making that decision for you. It's going to end in premium tears if you give in to that pressure. It's going to end in premium tears if you give in. Because if shit goes sideways someday, you start saying, he was only there because he wanted to use you. He was only there because he did not love you. He just wanted to take your virginity. My dear, cut that crap. Let me tell you, if you decide to have sex with somebody, own it with your chest. Don't come out tomorrow and start saying he used you. If you decide and open your legs to have sex with somebody, 2 of you will enjoy. You need to be able to own up, take responsibility for that action and not wake up tomorrow and start saying that he was only there because he wanted to have sex with you. How about you use him to satisfy your own self? Okay? How about that? So don't give in to that. The only time you feel like that, if something goes sideways, is if you give in to his pressure. But if you decide, if it was your decision, then you wouldn't have any regrets if you eventually do it with him or with any other person you decide to, whether it's your husband, whoever it becomes at the end of the day. But you would not have regrets. But your regrets will come when you know in your heart of hearts that you're not ready, but you gave in because of pressure from that person, and that person betrays you or breaks your heart one day. Man, imagine the pain you're going to see. So, my dear, I hope my story has helped you in any way to know that sex, number one, would not guarantee you that guy. He's not going to guarantee you that he's going to get married to you at the end of the day. And I want you to also know that the decision to have sex with anyone should be your own decision, especially if this is your first time. It should be your sole decision so you don't have any regrets. When you decide that you're ready, your body is ready, and you decide to have sex, then you choose the person that you wish to have it with, okay? It would be a mutual thing, not someone pressuring you and you're just saying, let me just do it because he wants me to do it, because he's threatening me. And by the way, what does it mean that he's pitying you, my dear? That is just stupid talk. There's nothing like he's pitying you. He cannot be pitying you. You are young, you're beautiful, like your flower has not even blossomed. So don't allow him to tell you that he's pitying you. Let me tell you, there are so many people out here that are being celibate. There are so many virgins out there. There are so many people that have made that same decision that you made, and they are willing to stick with it with you if you find that person. So if you know that you're not ready to have sex yet, and he decides to leave you in 2021, let him carry both of his 2 legs and be walking out of your life. In fact, you should carry both of your legs and be walking out of his life. You are too young to be worrying about stupid things like that. Keep your mind open, and in the right time, you're going to find that person that, if you're not ready, they would wait for you. They will understand what it means to wait for you if you're not ready. And if the both of you decide to make that decision to stay, celibate or become virgins until, whatever time you guys decide to, break your commitment to each other. Cool. Never you allow anybody to pressure you. It will end in premium tears, my darling. It's going to end in premium tears. Anyway, guys, I hope this video would be really helpful to any young girl out there, or to just anybody that is feeling pressure to have sex with somebody because you want to keep that person. Sex doesn't keep anyone, and sex, they can get anywhere. So know this and know peace. Happy 2021, everybody, and see you guys in my next video. Bye.